Alright, we should be live now. Okay, so my goal is to build a full stack TypeScript application to showcase the use of Graphql-code-generator, which is a handy library that allows you to generate types automatically from your schema file. So in this example, I want to build a blog or a blogging platform. So my entities are going to be authors with just a few basic properties, posts. This is a one-to-many relationship, so an author can have several posts, and each post can have several comments, and then comments can be a reply to another comment, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. And to do so, I'm gonna use Express-GraphQL on the backend and React, probably like a React app on the front end with React query. So let's do that. So let's go to Documents and create a new GraphQL code-gen blog. Okay, and say npm init y. Okay. Of course, so it is a new MacBook, so I need to figure this out. Mac code not found. Alright, that was easy. Okay, cool. So we have our package.json file. Now we need to set up a few things. The first one is going to be our I don't know how I should approach this Express TypeScript stuff there. Can I have a starter? Yeah, this. Okay. So I'm going to come here, open the terminal, and say npx. Is this used a lot? Not really. So let's check how this is. What am I gonna get from it? Template type, sequelize. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna do this. Just gonna say server. Okay. And let's go to the server and say npm init. Actually, no. Let's stick here and say npm install the TypeScript ts node. I'm going to use concurrently to run both the server and the client. What else am I going to need? Let's check out this. What did I use for my previous one? Was this? Okay, cool. I'm gonna need Express-GraphQL. So let's do this. npm install save dev Express-GraphQL, and let's take GraphQL to, let's see later on. Let's first set this up. I'm gonna set up ESLint as well. So let's do this. ESLint config prettier and ESLint plugin GraphQL and ESLint plugin prettier. I'm gonna have a dot prettier.c and why is it like this? I need the extension. Okay, cool. Probably GraphQL as well. Take this one, React. $4,000,000. What this has, snippets. I don't want snippets. TypeScript. TypeScript nightly enables TypeScript next to power VS Code built-in JavaScript. Let's see what it is. Let's do without it for now. Here I'm just gonna say tab. Okay, no, I need prettier. And one thing I need to do is this. So after that, I'm gonna go to my settings. Preferences, open settings. And I'm gonna add this. Okay. I can say that. Oh, cool. I'm also going to install this. Because why not? Cool. And the other thing I want to do is check out how I set it up. I think I have a .islet.rc here. Let's edit. I have this. And I'm probably going to need ESLint TypeScript. Yeah, so let's say this. What is the terminal? Create new terminal. It's up. Oops. This is not what I want to do. Let's check this out. Control plus this. Okay, so I need to create it, right? I can change this key binding. Let's see. Anyway, let's forget about it now. Let's install this. Cool. Next, we want to go here and say, what's the difference here? I probably want Pulsa is this, but my plugins are extends, recommend, okay, root, true. I could probably, oops, extends, plugin, okay. Criteria / recommend. And then the end is here. Cool. Let's remove that. touch.uselint ignore, and add modules list. Adding a rule. All right, we are set up. This should be good. Now we can add a folder source and a new file called index.ts. Let's go to source. Let's put this in here. Move. Now source folder, we're also gonna have an app.ts. And let's get them from here. Oops. My app is going to define like, so it's using Express-GraphQL, make executable schema to get the schema from here. And what I would like to do is that, okay, I'm gonna have my client here basically, and then I'm gonna have a new file here called schema.gql. Okay, and this is where I'm gonna define my types. So I'm gonna define these. So I'm gonna have author. I'm gonna have post. And I'm gonna have comments. Author is gonna have an int, a display name, always created at, which is gonna be a datetime, and datetime is gonna be a scalar datetime that we're gonna get from. So let's actually add readme.md. Get scalar datetime from GraphQL ISO date. What else do we have? Display name picture. Why not? Okay. Next we have the post, again int. Author is going to be an author. Title, let's say text or content. I call it body post dot. Let's call it content. Created at, it's going to be a date time. It's always here, but published at is going to be nullable. Like this. Okay, and actually here, I'm going to remove this. It doesn't add anything to the example. Why is this title like that? Cool. All right. Cool. Comment, we're gonna have int, post, username, and text. Always, and reply to is gonna be an int, but not always. It is nullable. All right. So we have our schema. Let's just not forget that we imported, and then we create our database here. Cool. Next. Am I forgetting anything? I'm gonna say this to do. Oops. This is Python. Replace dummy data by Prisma plus SQLite local. All right, so I'm just gonna do it now. db.ts, and I'm gonna say export const db. By the way, I'm just gonna add to do. I prefer this one because it adds a little icon on the left. So let's add this one, and the other one is GitHub or Git. Well, it's actually GitHub. No, it's not that. GitHub. Oh, it's just Git, right? Git history. No. Git lens. Git extension. Oh, stupid, it's here. It's by default. Okay, so stupid. Cool. So my DB is gonna have some posts. It's gonna have authors, and it's gonna have comments. Let's fill it in with some dummy data. Have ID. Author ID is gonna be 1. Title is gonna be hello world. Content is gonna be hello world. How is it going? Created at is gonna be new date, and published at is gonna be undefined or null. Cool. Author ID, by the way, is going to be 0. The ID is going to be 0. Display name is going to be hash. Picture is going to be HTTPS. Thanks. This person does not exist.com. Created at new date, and let's say 2022-01-01. Like that. Cool. And let's add a comments. The comment to post ID 0, and the text is gonna be nice one. Username is gonna be John Doe. Created at, it's gonna be new date, and that's pretty much it. All right, cool. The next step is index. So let's get this index file from here. It's just gonna call app and run it. So let's say import app from app. All right, and it's gonna say this. Add an app. I'm having to say export default app. And I'm gonna have to change all of these. How do you do this? Is this option? Almost there from resolvers. Okay. Yes. Export default. Cool. And resolvers. Let's do that. New file, resolvers.ts. And these resolvers are gonna be here. So we're gonna have export let's just pick one for now. I will see later. So this one is gonna have parent ID and context, and it's gonna return context.db.authors.filter element. Say element.id equal ID, like this, and this is going to be any. This is going to be ID int, oops, number, and this is going to be any. All right, const query is this, and it's not going to work because I need to export query as an object. Like that. I mean, not as an object. Query is a property. Shoot. this. All right, that's the idea. Then you have post something parent ID number and context current context.db.posts.filter element .id equal ID. Cool. And here I'm gonna have to define author and post. We'll see later. Cool. Once we have that, we're pretty much good to go. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go to package.json and define my scripts here. Maybe I need to reload that. What I want to do, I'm gonna have to define here dev, okay, like dev server, and it's gonna be TS node. Let's see. Oh, nice. Okay, so let's actually view terminal npm install the nodemon. That's great. Cool. And what I'm gonna do is nodemon server source index.ts and then build server. It's gonna be something like ts node build. I think it's just like anyway, I'll see later. Oh shoot. Okay, cool. Should be here. Yeah. All right. Oops. Let's try npm run dev server. Cool. Import Express from Express. unable to compile TypeScript. Oh yeah. Commands. Oops. I think I even need mute, right? Type definitions for what? Alright, let's get it. I'm going to do npm run dev. No. So, okay. Oh yeah. Let's see that. We're gonna change this. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's do just that. So there's a thing called GraphQL ISO date. Let's see how we can configure this. So let's first add it. Yeah, I think there's a flag for this one. Legacy here deps. Okay, cool. And alright, how can we use it? GraphQL date time. I think it's gonna happen here. We need to get it from here, and I guess it's gonna happen there, right? Oops. Like here, import GraphQL date time. How do I use it now? Do I use it here? Yeah, field resolver. I think that's it. Resolve new date, GraphQL date time. I think this is here. Field resolver and say GraphQL date time. Nope. Okay. So if we define a date type like this, okay, yeah, I think I can just do this. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Got this. All right. Can probably put it elsewhere. Let's do this. In resolvers, I'm gonna say import this, and then I'm gonna add it at the top. Okay, I'm gonna say date time, and I'm gonna say GraphQL date time. Cool. And right, okay, here I'm gonna have the others. Cool, let's see if it works. Nope. Cannot find module TypeScript. Yeah, of course. Of course. How about if we do this? We do a schema and this here, and in my app, I'm gonna say dear name, and then I'm gonna say this. So I'm moving up source, then up server, and then in schema, and then in schema.gql. Let's see if it works now. Author defined in resolver but has invalid value. Okay, cool. So I can go to resolvers and say, how does it work again? Current. Feels a bit redundant. I'm sure I'm not doing it correctly. Let's see. Element.id equal ID. Yeah, and then let's just, oops. Let's rinse and repeat with post instead. And in my schema, okay, sure. this because I need to do this? Not sure what you mean by that. But if I just do this, okay. Oh. That's terrible. How about if I change it? Index, let's say 80. Cool. So it's running. Now let's figure out what is going on with this. So I get this done. Oops. Let's see what is going on here. Let's uncomment this. Let's put it this like this. Oops. And I'm gonna have to say const find author or maybe it's because I need to define like oh, I'm stupid. Okay. This is not what I need to do. This is that. is this parent, this, like that. I'm going to comment this, and I'm going to come back here, and here I just want to say posts, and then define this as okay, args unknown number or any and context. Let's call it context like this. And here I'm gonna have ID, right? Or the author ID. It's gonna be an int, and it's gonna return context dot db dot posts dot filter. Let's call him p dot author ID equal ID. This, right? Nope. Wait. Let's go any, and I'm gonna say fix me add type later. Oh no, not yet. Int, of course. This is not int. This is number. Author.posts defined in resolvers, of course. Schema. Okay, picture created at posts. Post. Alright, come back here. No, it should work. Nope. Yeah, because we don't really have a query yet, so we need to add our queries. Type query. This is oops. Gonna have user. It's gonna return user. Gonna have post. Returning post. Can have comment. Like post comments. Post ID. Sounds good, right? And then later on we'll have some mutation as well, which are going to be like add author. Let's forget about this for now. So let's define our query. Again, here post is an object with author. This is going to be I want all the, no, I want the author of the post. Okay, so it's gonna be not ID here, but author ID. And this is gonna be author ID. Okay, cool. And then probably like comments, ID. Args, any context, any, then, all right. Turn context.db.comments.filter, comments, any, and then comments.post ID is gonna be ID. Cool. And then I'm gonna have my query. So my query, you can see, it's gonna be defined like this. So I'm gonna say const match post. And then return matched posts dot link 0, boom. Like that. All right, cool. Unknown type user. Oh yeah, sorry, author. Post.comments, yeah, of course. And comments, comment, this. All right, query.author defined in resolvers but not in schema. Yes, it's the author. Oops. Cool. So it's running. Let's go back here. Let's say author ID. Oops, sorry, I'm gonna say ID. Variable ID is not defined. Oh yeah, I need to say right. And if I say display name, and if I say posts, and I say ID, and I say title, cool. And I say comments, I say text, and I say reply to. No, of course, because reply to schema. I need to add this. So here, reply to. No, it's not an int, it's a comment, but it could be null. So in the resolver, I need to come here and define it. So I'm going to say comment this and reply to. I'm going to take the reply to. How do they call that in Twitter? Reply to ID. Okay, reply to ID. Remember, args in and context in. Cool. Return context.db dot comments dot filter. Const matched comment comment any comment dot id equal reply to id, and then return matched comment dot length of 0, otherwise null. Like this. How does that sound? Comments dot reply to defined in resolvers, but out in schema. I mean, it is, right? It's here. Let's rerun this. See if it's gonna work better. Nope. Okay, let's figure out. Reply to is defined in the resolvers. Oh yeah, reply I said instead of reply. Stupid. Cool. So reply to should be null. Reply to of type comment must have a, yeah. I think in my DB haven't added here. Reply to ID is gonna be null. So what I should do here is if not reply to ID, return null, like this. Yeah, cool. So if I do that, field reply to of type comment must have a selection of subfields. Did you mean reply to? Oh. Cool. Now, what if I have another comment says something like this? Let's close this. ID 1. Oops. Post ID 0 text. Appreciate you. Username is going to be hash created at new date and reply to ID 0. Cool. Now if I do this and I say text, I get that. Comments. Should appear here. So let's see. We messed it up. So reply to ID is from a parent, so it's from the comment. So I'm getting a list of comments which are these, and I'm checking in if they have the property. Check if there's an error. Nope. Okay, so on a comment, I define reply to as being it takes this, and I say matched comment context db comments, and I say does the comment ID is this equal to the reply to ID that I have here? If it is, I return that, otherwise I do nothing. Okay, let's actually console.log the reply to ID. Let's run this again. Reply null and reply to ID 0. The second one does have a reply to ID. Oh, okay. It's 0, so how can I do that? It's not a TypeScript thing, JavaScript. If type of I can do that. Okay. So I'm going to say if type of reply to is different than number, return null. And this should do it. Yes. Cool. So it has it. All right. So we have the bare minimum of our app. Now let's see how let's add a mutation first. Okay, let's add a mutation. So we're gonna come here and we'll say mutation, and our mutation we're gonna have create post. It's going to return a post, and I'm going to say publish post. It's going to return a post, and create comment. And it's going to return a comment. Cool. That's it. Now I need to define other types for these things, so let's define them here. Say type create post input. To create a post, we're gonna need this. is this. All right. Do we need an author? No, we don't. We need an author ID. Title and some content. Create post input. Publish post input. To do that, we're gonna need a post ID. Actually, we just need a post ID. So let's just do that. And here, post input, create post input, and then create comment. We're gonna need a username, a text, a reply to, ID, but it's optional, a post ID. So comment input, create comment input. Cool. So I'm gonna have to come here and define these mutations. So first one is create post. Second one is publish post. And create comment. Let's go one by one. First one is where would you have parent? I don't understand that. Anyway, parent and some create post input. I say any, but I'm gonna have to add this later on. The idea is just to say context. First, I'm gonna say const ID. I'm gonna say context.db.posts.length, and then I'm gonna say context.db.post .push, and I'm gonna say post input. ID is gonna be post ID. Created at is gonna be date, and published at is gonna be null. Let's make sure author ID. Okay, cool. That makes sense. And then I want to say return context.db.posts. How do you return the last element? Is there like a dot pop or something like this? Yeah, I don't want to pop it. So let's just say yeah, let's just say post ID. Cool. Next is publish post. Parent any post ID. I think it's gonna be something like this, right? Post ID and context any and match post equal context.tp.posts dot filter otherwise I'm going to say matched post 0 dot published at equal new date, and then I'm going to say return matched posts 0 and create comment with a parent any. It's going to take comment input and a context. It's going to take const. Okay. Created at date. Like this. All right. Did it work? Yeah. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a mutation, which is going to be my mutation, or I'm going to call it add post. I'm going to call that post input. It's going to be post input, create post input. And from say create post with a post input. And from here I want to have the author and this display name. Cool. And here can I comment this? The type of mutation.createPost post input must be input type, but got create post input. Oh, okay. I'm doing it wrong. Type input GraphQL. Okay, so these two should be inputs. I need to do it again. Okay, cool. Cannot return null from non-nullable field author display. Oh, and did I? I did. So then why? Let's see. Create post, author, display name, create post name. Let's just define these as inputs. And this as just this one. Alright. Create comment. I'm gonna have an ID, right? An input. So maybe this should be great. Cool. How would you do it in graphical? Yes, exactly. Mutation, create username. Okay, yeah, like this. So what you do is that you find this as input, and then do something like this. But that also means that in my resolver, that doesn't matter. Right? For the post input, I'm gonna need some content, right? Test content, test post. I'm gonna need an author ID, say 0, and oops, and I'm gonna need what? Post author ID. Oh, it's author ID, yeah, and title, yeah, title, new post. How about that? Okay, unknown argument post input on field mutation dot create post. I think it's here, right? I need to call it input for it to work. Mutation create post. Did you mean input? What do you mean? Unknown argument, line 2, column 14. Okay, so unknown argument, post input, on field. Oh, here. Let's revert it back to this. Cool. Almost cannot return null for non-nullable field author dot display name. Of course, and that is because I need to I thought it would figure this out. I count easily. I should be able to. Okay. It did not really work. Get posts. Let's check add post. Again, good old hello world, and it tells me create post. Oh, I'm stupid because I should say post and author like this. Display name. Yeah, no, that's what I thought. Pretty fine. Cannot return data. Oh, okay. No good, no good, no good. Let's console.log post input. Oh, how about parent? I might have confused both. Find. Weird. Why is that? Post input is empty. Oh, it's query variables. Why is it? No, I think it should be okay. Right? Oh. Right. I have it. Post input is just input. So here I'm gonna have to say this input as post input. Okay. So now, if I, what? No way. Why is that? So I need to do it again or what? Like this dot post. Thought I could do it without that. Huh. What if I say title? Yeah, works. But now if I can post, to get the new post. Okay, okay. Let's stick with that for now. And let's say I want to publish post with ID int. And I will say publish post with ID, and then I want to say I want to get the title and be published at oh wow, okay. Of course. Oh yeah, it's already published. But publish post here, I want one. Okay, now if I go to get post, both are published. All right, cool. Let's do a git init. Okay, Mac OS git using Express. Okay, let's try that. What? No way. Okay, so what do we need to do next? We need to install GraphQL code generator, set up GraphQL code generator with TypeScript plugin. Next is I'm gonna have to create a React application with TypeScript, and we're gonna do a CRA. And then set up React query, and then add React query again to GraphQL code generator. Cool. Alright, I think we're gonna pause it here and come back once we have this. Yeah, that's pretty much the idea. We have schema. In this client folder, I'm gonna have the React app, GraphQL. You know what? Let's set this one up now. Create React app TypeScript. I think, yeah, I can just do that. So let's do client. Is it gonna replace it, or? I think it's cool. Yeah, cool. And then React query. Get started. Installation. Hacking. All right, thank you. This. New types. I don't think so. Should be okay. So we have our client here. I think the server should have most of the dependencies, but okay, so I'm gonna take this and add a .git ignore here. Really? Okay. Cool. So we have not modules. We have a source folder where I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna remove this. TSX. Okay. Report web vitals. I don't care. I need to remove it from here. Index .tsx. Set up tests. I don't want that. And this is where I'm gonna do my React query stuff. So basically I'll say import use query from React query. And the way it works is like this. You say client, actually yeah, right, why not? Let's remove all the styles and this. Here, I'm gonna put that. Cool. Query client. Nice. And here I'm gonna have query client provider and post like this. Yeah, post. Let's say post, and here it's gonna have client. Cool. Client. Just like this. Now post is gonna be here. Alright, like that. And it's gonna return div hello world for now. Alright, but here I'm gonna say use query. Why do you need query client? Okay. But I don't need it. Queries get to do's, alright? I can just say const post interface post and get post. And basically React query GraphQL. How's it gonna work? Do we need all of that? Okay, I'm gonna put this right here into the index file. I agree with that. provider, and the client is going to be new query client. Cool. So here we can remove this. And say const post equal use query post and get posts. These aren't going to be all the posts. Let's call it all posts. And the way we're defining this is oh yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, you can basically just say import use posts query. Like if you look at the plugins here for this one, I think there's an example here. Use query types and hooks. Basically, in the schema, you define all posts, right? So we're going to define post comments, and then we're going to have all posts. It's going to return the list of posts. And then here we'll be able to say use all posts from generated. Right? Because you have a query called query find user, and now you have a use find user query. Yeah, exactly. So think there's a new library for fetch, right? Oh, oops. Of course it is. Cool. And then you can get this, right? Let's do that. This is what you get from use all posts query. This is how it's going to be called. Cool. Right, let's close it all. All right, let's pause it here. 2 hours, nice.